This is Week 14 NFL Team of the Week for 2025 season. We have Dallas Detroit, Simulcast and Canadian the Main Fox 1000, and WJBK Fox 2 Detroit. And we have Bias Trend, and we have San Francisco. Snip volumes are NBC. Philadelphia Chargers. Not all of them are on Monday through ESPN and ABC. There's week 12 or week 12, 13, right? ESPN exclusively. Week 15 is, week 17 is. Those 4 weeks where there's not, I'm not counting the ones there's one exclusively on ESPN, one exclusively on ABC. I'm talking weeks where there's just one on ABC, regardless of there's, the ones with 2 weeks with one different one exclusively ESPN, one exclusively ABC. It's all right there. So what's the do with maybe they do a simulcast or not? It's more than they did it last year. They did it like a late one, extended up for more games, but it seems like it's about the same, or maybe a little bit. In Pittsburgh, Baltimore is the featuring Jimmy and Super Bowl, so countries don't see that game. There's a good bet that September as games. Washington, Oregon, let's go for an expert big issue of LA San Diego area. They get the early game because of the LA area. The Los Angeles rooms. Get the late game. Some Northern California. For the LA Chargers game. I guess that's not, but I guess that could be. There's not bad at home. All of 1 team. So most of the stuff all of I won't think it's a lot in the rest of most of it's really suppressing the skin areas. And then most of Kansas, it's a 1 lot 10 year count area that gets a molestation, and most of Mexico, but it's a Texasation or like a Oilization or El Paso Texasation. And Minnesota area because they get on Fox. And then except the DC area doesn't have to do it because the Baltimore Maryland fans. So they get exempt from that, but National Tennessee is exempt from that as well. Cleveland really has to do that because Cleveland is at home. Buffalo is because they're at home. And that's because they're at home. So is Minnesota. Yeah, they're just giving up. Baltimore, Washington is empty. Baltimore is playing about the same time. So we have University of Jacksonville and Eugene. That's most of the Illinois except for because of Quad Station, Quad Seattle Station, Seattle Missouri radio station, and that was most of India except for a little bit because it's Cincinnati Station. That was a little bit of it's a SB station. South Bend Indiana Station in Michigan. And MFC Tennessee Jackson, Florida. And then we have the Augusta Standard. Yeah. And then there's also this Augusta Standard. I don't know why though, it goes a little bit of South Carolina at that game. I don't know why, because there is some Jackson fans in that area. I don't know. Who knows? Or you have Houston area, which Houston area, which makes sense because it's AFC South viewing area. They didn't go in the Houston City team market area, but I see that makes sense. So at least target the main Houston area, because if Houston wins and then Indianapolis and Jacksonville, if Jackson wins over Indianapolis and Houston beats Kansas City, that would be a three-way tie for 8-5 in the AFC. So, and going to the Vega is just Oh, most of Oklahoma, because Baker Mayfield plays for Tampa Bay. Went to Oklahoma, played for most years in college. And you have the Louisiana, Texas, they got second. Louisiana Station, there was Oklahoma and Arkansas, and most of Tennessee, or Memphis gets second, except for later they get Memphis, Tennessee Station. Mississippi, they wasn't taken over. Alabama, they got second, Mississippi Station. We have the in Florida. There's the bare minimum in Florida since there's 3 teams in Florida. You know? And I don't know if they're playing on the same station. And then we have the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And then we go the South Carolina areas. That's no surprise there. I mean, sure, it's because Tampa Bay loses to New Orleans. I mean, Tampa Bay is, I'll say they're 7-5. Yeah, they're 7-5. So if they win, they'll be 8-5. They'll be a game ahead of Carolina. So, yeah, I mean, it's just bare minimum for Mariners was Palm Beach, Miami. Or Sunday teamer with New York City that goes a little bit up. Goes to New Jersey, a little bit of Connecticut, and then a little bit of Massachusetts, Vermont. Yeah, it'll be New York Station. And then there's like a little bit of other areas out there, and then Buffalo. Yeah, so that's not surprised there. Fox really, most of the country gets to see Buffalo. And they switch that from the 4:25 Eastern to 1 Eastern window. That's a good call because Cincinnati is, I mean, they're still a good team. Don't get me wrong. The Joe Burrow back, they could win in the AFC North, but I don't know if they will win the North. There's a chance they could go 8-9-8. I mean, we have Pittsburgh and Buffalo, or Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Could go 9-8 as well. I could see them both. So if Cincinnati wins out, you know, if they lose one, it's gonna be tough to know. But and then for the East Coast, Western Minnesota is in North Dakota, South Dakota, most of Nebraska, most of Iowa, except for a little bit Illinois or Missouri Station, and most of Wisconsin except for the massive populous areas. And it goes a little bit of Montana, Illinois. It goes on a team like Missouri, like Kansas, that gets in Missouri. That's a Nebraska Station, a little bit of a team that's at Missouri, that's Nebraska or Iowa Station. It goes in the Maryland, Washington D.C., Pennsylvania, it's a Maryland Station in 2 areas. And almost all of Virginia, a little bit of West Virginia, and then Greensboro, North Carolina. A little bit of North Carolina gets the Norfolk, Virginia Station. And Seattle, it goes Seattle, it is all Washington. That's what the chemical runs St. Paul. Most of Idaho, except for a tiny little bit, that's a Utah station. And then you got the Idaho, or Washington, Oregon, Alaska, a little bit of some of Wyoming, Montana. And then you got a little bit of Northern California, and you have the Huntsville area, Augusta, Savannah, Georgia areas, a lot of South T markets, Eagle Oaks, and a little bit of South Carolina, all of Georgia, and the Tennessee, Florida area, and then Jacksonville and Bill. Florida area is not, that goes a little bit of Georgia, and that's Cincinnati, Buffalo. That's for the AFC wildcard picture. Buffalo is. That doesn't surprise me. You have Cincinnati, Cleveland, and that's the bare minimum Sunday team goes into a tiny little bit of Georgia gets a Tennessee Station, You have a tangle of West Virginia that gets a Tennessee station. You have same with Kentucky, a Nashville, Knoxville station, or Peters. And then you got Toledo, Ohio, was a tangle of Michigan. Toledo, Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, was a tangle of West Virginia and Pitts, and Philadelphia, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And West Virginia, West Virginia, they got Ohio State. That's right on the border, you know. And then Jackson, Mississippi area. There must be something went to Old Miss, Southern Mississippi State. There's an Alcorn State, then I believe that's in Mississippi as well. So there's some other schools I'm thinking, not blanking on. Memphis Test Series, I get that name. Test thing. There's only they could have narrowed down anymore. They could have not put it in Knoxville, Tennessee area, or the Ohio area. They could have just shown in the immediate Cleveland area, in the immediate Nashville area, but they chose not to just do that. But last time when they had a Tennessee game, they showed it in Nashville and Knoxville. So it's basically like the bare minimum area that Fox is willing to give them that game. The bare minimum. And I don't blame them. If that's the bare minimum, if that's the bare minimum that Fox is going to give that game. Not the bare minimum, but the maximum, I guess, teamwork coverage that game is going to get, I don't blame them. I guess it's kind of the bare minimum because it's like the most that's going to get coverage it's going to get. I don't blame them. Just doing the bare minimum coverage wise for that game. They pretty much have to or choose to, or that's considered the bare minimum for them for Sunday teamwork. In the Fox window. You have Chicago, Green Bay. Most of the country's going to get that along with the last couple. Don't blame them. And you have that Arizona. Most in the LA Rams simply that was flipped from 1 Eastern to 4:25 Eastern. So most of the country could see it because most of the country probably does not want to see, since especially when your only your option for some of the country is Denver, Las Vegas. And then we have Cincinnati, Buffalo, which is Cincinnati's a good team, but their record is not up to par. They'd have to basically win out to make the playoffs, which could happen. So this one is a better one for the NFC playoff picture. Green Bay is in first, or in second right now. They're half game behind Chicago. Whoever wins will be a half game. Chicago wins are game and a half ahead. Green Bay wins are half a game ahead. Then we have LA Rams in Arizona, which is the bare minimum, which is most of Arizona except for a little bit that gets in Mexico Station. Goes to Antonio, Tab, Nevada. That's an Arizona station, except I guess. And then we have the LA. And we have the Fresno, Bakersfield, Santa Barbara, LA areas. Basically all of Southern California except for the San Diego area. I'm wondering if there's some in either I know San Diego used to have the Jersey Underclub. That's the San Diego Chargers. They were the San Diego Chargers. So I wonder if that's something with it, or just the fact that someone from the San Diego area is playing for Chicago or Green Bay. But either way, I don't blame them because even in Seattle, the San Francisco, the NFC North, or NFC West viewing area, and the NFC West viewing area is Seattle, San Francisco. Whereas I don't blame them because Chicago Green Bay is more of a factor for, especially for San Francisco, for Green Bay in the NFC, because San Francisco is 7th right now, and then Green Bay is 6th with that tie. So So San Francisco, if Green Bay loses, they could get leapfrogged seats or jump ahead. And then Seattle, the playoff sting. I mean, playoff standings right now. Depending on what happens with the show, maybe if could impact that as well. And Arizona has already been eliminated from playoffs, so that does not surprise me. So it's Tennessee has been eliminated. Cleveland has not. And pretty much probably will be against Washington, Minnesota game. The losers would be eliminated from playoffs, so I don't blame them that one. If Seattle wins, they'll eliminate Atlanta. I mean, not necessarily from the division. Actually, they could be 4 and 8, 9. Yeah, could be eliminated from division contention if New Orleans, if Tampa wins.